Altaley Mining Corporation is building Mexico's next mid-tier metals producer. We have Campo Morado in production. That's the one shown here on the right. And we're building Tahuehueto, which will be 1,000 ton a day underground gold mining operation. Okay, technical difficulties here. All right. Forward-looking statements. Obviously, everyone's seen these, so please read at your leisure. Here's our project locations. Tahuehueto up in northwestern Durango. This is the gold mine we're building. Campo Morado down in Guerrero. We're fully financed for growth. We're completing low-cost expansions, optimizing mine plans on Campo Morado, and we have near-term growth resource potential on both our projects. Exploration potential on both of these is quite good. District scale properties, both of them. We own both 100%. So we're constructing 1,000 ton per day operation. It's about 70% complete at Tahuehueto. That mine, as Eric said, should be up in operation at half capacity near the end of this year. We'll bring it into full capacity early next year. We should be producing about 25,000 ounces of gold on an annual basis, 400,000 ounces of silver. Low all-in sustaining cost is estimated at around $800 per gold equivalent ounce. We have a 9-year mine life in our current mine plan. There's 20 potential years based on M&I resources and excellent potential through exploration to double or triple the size of this mine. That would be our plan over the next 2 to 5 years, is get it drilled again, bring in new resource reserves, and expand the size of the mine. Campo Morado, currently the 6th largest zinc concentrate producer in Mexico. It's an underground mining operation. It's around 2,000 tons per day on average. We have produced about 21 million pounds of zinc up to the first half of this year. We project we'll get to the 43 million pounds of zinc if production continues the way it has in the first half of this year. Q2 2021, all in project costs, or C1 cash costs they're called, is around 48 cents per pound of zinc produced. All in sustaining cost at 77 cents per pound of zinc. So we've turned this into a pretty low cost producer at this point in time. And obviously metal prices are very good. So we're making decent money these days. 7 years in the current mine plan, there's 20 years of potential available in M&I resources. So investment highlights, as I say, stable and growing cash flow from Campo Morado. We're generating around $2.1 million in EBITDA monthly. We have a pathway to increase production to 1,000 tons per day to get up to 3,000 tons per day, simply by bringing online a flotation circuit that was under construction from the previous owners. It's around 80% complete. We'll get an engineering study done on that and bring it up to current cost and decide whether we'll move that forward to get it into production. With exploration and development, we believe over a longer term, maybe up to 4, 5, 6 years, we could see a pathway to double the size of this mine up to 5,000 tons per day. At Tahuehueto, we have recently completed a $25 million funding, which gives us all the money we need to finish construction, 70% complete, initial production near the end of this year. We'll be producing 69% of the revenue from gold, 12% from silver, and the rest from base metals. And once again, exploration potential is excellent here and a pathway to double or triple the size of this operation over the coming 2 to 4 years. Once Tahuehueto comes in production, we expect to get a re-rating as a precious metal producer because we'll be producing about just under 60% of our revenue will be from precious metals. At this point in time, we're trading 2.2 times enterprise value over EBITDA, and that's around 75% below other Mexican metal producers, our peer companies. And we've really strengthened up our management team recently. So quickly we don't have a lot of time here, so just outline a couple of people. David Rhodes is our chairman and director, recently joined us. He is involved and one of the main guys in Endeavour Financial out of the UK, and this group has raised billions of dollars for mining companies. Mark Bailey used to run mine finders in Mexico. He's now retired, but lots of experience in building mines. We have a very senior mining engineer, 40 years experience, just joined us. Natasha Kernan, very smart lawyer. She was ranked as the top 40 under 40 rising legal stars in New York from the Financial News. Over here, Ruben Alvidrez is the brother of the CEO of Fresnillo, one of the larger mining companies in Mexico, and his father was now retired, but a senior member of Peñoles. So we have very good contacts throughout Mexico. Armando Alexandri's built mines in Mexico before. He's joined us as our COO and is handling the construction at Tahuehueto and overseeing operations at Campo Morado. So quickly talk about Tahuehueto. This is the gold mine that's in construction. Our probable reserves are 3.2 million tons at a high grade of 3.4 grams per ton gold, 41 silver. Once this is in production, this should be one of the top 4 or 5 highest grade gold producers in Mexico. M&I resources 6.1 million tons. That includes the reserves. So with reserves, we have 10-year mine life. With M&I resources, we could bring this up to 20-year mine life at 1,000 tons per day. Gold equivalent basis of all metals, around 42,000 ounces of gold on an annual basis at 1,000 tons per day. 25 of that, 1,000 ounces of that will be gold production. 808 is estimated are all-in sustaining costs. And we're initially going to be producing around 500 tons per day and near the end of this year, early next year, ramping it up to 1,000 tons a day when we bring the second ball mill online. This shows the revenue, portions of revenue. So 69% will be gold, 12% from silver, 13 zinc, and 6% lead. And then we go into a few pictures of the construction. This is several months ago. This is where it's looking fairly recently. Inside the mill, there's their filters here. Carry on. Quickly talk about the ultimate potential of this project. So this is a district scale project. It's about 12 kilometers long by 8 kilometers wide. Our main structure is this red structure. It's the only structure we've really had any significant drilling on. It goes from Cinco de Mayo up to this Perdido zone. We couldn't drill it here because of overlying cover, too deep, but we pick it up on the other side. It actually goes all the way down into this arroyo here. So from here to Cinco de Mayo is 3.5 kilometers. And I believe it will continue under this younger capping rock. We'll be able to explore it from underground and likely goes as far as this river. The ultimate potential of this district is over 7.5 kilometers, our most northerly vein up here, down to this area in here is about 7.5 kilometers. And this area is a window, erosional window, exposing the lower productive rock. The younger rock is covering all of this area over in here. And I believe that these structures will continue underground over here for future exploration potential. Our only competitor in this district is Fresnillo. They have this sliver of ground around us. And so this is ultimately a large epithermal system with multiple targets. These are all veins we know of. They need to be followed up. We have drilled 6 holes on Texcalama, and it's very similar mineralization as we see on our main structure. This is what the ore bodies look like from underground. So longitudinal section through that area, through that red line on the previous slide. Where it is outlined in blue, it is a reserve. Where it's not, it's a resource. Quickly, just because time is short, this area in here is open for exploration. We've drifted in 150 meters past the last known drill hole in mineralization all the way. We expect to be able to explore this from underground and add another third to our resource base, our resources on the project. Let's talk quickly about Campo Morado. This is our zinc mine in production at this point in time. This is a tailings facility, which we hope to reprocess. There's a lot of metal in there that was not recovered. M&I resources, 16.6 million tons, 1.7 grams per ton gold, 123 silver, 0.8 copper, and 4% zinc, 0.9 lead. This is a high-grade volcanogenic massive sulfide deposit. Unfortunately, we're only recovering about 15 to 20% of the gold, and we're recovering 30 to 40% of the silver. We have a 20-year mine life on M&I resources, 77 cents per pound of zinc produced, all in sustaining cost, 48 cents per pound for C1 cash cost. And we're earning about $2.2 million EBITDA monthly. Few pictures, tailings facility, crusher. This flotation circuit is the circuit I mentioned before that is available to finish completion of the construction, add 1,000 tons per day to the operation. We hope to do that early next year unless we have a different pathway, which I'll show you in a minute. Over the last year, we've really increased our net revenues up to about 18 million in the Q2 2021, and concentrate production has slowly and steadily increased. So we've really brought this project in line and making decent money right now. Where are we going with Campo Morado? That flotation circuit, if we bring that online, we can increase by 1,000 tons per day, get the engineering study done later this year, and we can potentially bring that online. However, we're doing some optimizing and a lot of metallurgical work right now. Some of the metallurgical work in the past, gone through first phase testing, has shown a leach ox process that's been able to increase production of gold up to 65%. That's around a 400% increase to what we're currently obtaining. And 81% recoveries for silver. That's a 200% increase to what we're currently getting. So this is a pathway that we see of being able to really improve this project. We've brought on a pilot plant, an IMOFLOT pneumatic flotation pilot plant that should give us better recoveries of base metals. We hope to produce a pyrite concentrate that we might be able to sell that would be gold rich, because a lot of the gold is tied up in the pyrite. 40% of this deposits in Campo Morado are iron, so a lot of pyrite. And we can take the tailings or the pyrite concentrate through this leach ox process or the Albion process, which are forced oxidation and leaching of metals. And thereby, we feel we can really increase the revenue at the project. So we're currently sampling the historic tailings. We're going to be running those through the IMOFLOT flotation, as well as testing leach ox and Albion. We hope that sometime late this year or next year, that will give us a pathway forward to implement this technology and really ramp up the revenue at the project. We have a lot of growth potential from exploration on the project. We expect that once we get the drills turning again, we could increase our resources and maybe double the size of this mine on a long-term basis. This is what the ore bodies look like, a long section, known ore bodies so far. This G9 Southwest area is the most production from the previous owners, best grades, best recoveries. We've been mining this El Largo right now. We're currently dewatering down to G9 Southwest to expose some mineralization that has been left down there. That plus the remaining ore on El Largo will give us about 2 years ahead. And then we're going to be moving towards this copper gold rich zone in the future, and once we perfect the metallurgy on that. This image up here shows you geophysical, borehole geophysical anomalies below the existing ore bodies. This red area is El Largo, so that's there. You can see that all of these ore bodies will occur underneath this existing known ore bodies. So these are future exploration targets. Previous owner did drill some holes here, intersected very good intersections of massive sulfides that need to be followed up. We hope to bring some of these into our mine plan in the future, get the drills turning for these areas underneath, and bring in new resources and reserves. And on a property scale basis, that previous slide I just showed, all of the ore bodies are within this blue ellipse. These are all property scale, high level geophysical, geochemical anomalies that were developed by the previous owners, near Star. And these are ready to drill. We just have to locate them, set up a drill, and test them. Any one of these could bring in new ore bodies into the mine plan and give this project a long, long life. Our market capital, share capital, we're trading around 51 cents, highs and lows 15 to 80 cents. We have 254 million shares issued. Options and warrants will bring us up to 333 million. Current market capitalization, about $102 million US, with loan debt and cash on hand, about $11 million, loan debt 38, that gives us an enterprise value of about 160 million US. We've had a pretty good chart over the last little while, building up, getting Campo Morado production going and moving forward on our construction at Tahuehueto. A compelling evaluation and a re-rating opportunity ahead of us. Here we are at 2.2 times enterprise value over EBITDA. This is polymetallic producers in Mexico, around 8. These are gold producers here in the neighborhood of 4. So we have a lot of room to grow as both a polymetallic producer and a junior gold producer. ESG is strong. I'm running out of time, but I would say that we have very strong ESG in all aspects. and happy to give you more information on it. Please look through the presentation on our website that explains in a lot more detail. And my timer says I'm out of time. So I'll just flip to the last slide and say thank you very much for listening, and I hope you follow Altaley Mining Corporation.